You do you, babe.
No, because that'll just be criticism, and it's boring.
How dare you?
You
didn't care about criticism 25 minutes ago.
I'm actually going to pass on 3, Peter. Doesn't matter. Save that for later. I think you're introduced to things much earlier than you need them. Going with him, my homeboy, the walnut.
You've been talking up the
Not
cherry
a big fan
bomb.
of him. Might go with the cherry bomb, but I just haven't needed them is the thing.
True.
I play a pretty conservative game. Admittedly, it's probably boring, and I'm sure there's tons of mistakes I'm making, but...
Before I try to apologize
I kind of like the squash.
For the potato mine.
I think I'll go with him for a while. I'm definitely going to need these. I have to have something.
What is it like...
What are these?
What do you find bad about the potato mine that makes you not want to use it? Because
Just that he hasn't been necessary.
Okay.
If I need something at all, I can just save up for these. And you really only need them at the end when you have the money. Because you keep talking about how much money I have at the end. That's because I haven't needed it. I have not needed to replace any of my peeps, right? So I'm going to pass on the... And this could be the one episode where I need him, but we'll see. Let's see. So I was favoring the snow pea because it slows and does damage, and I do need a little extra time. That's one of my accommodations, I guess. This is a noob.
You should get it.
I am gonna get it. I probably don't need it, but I do want to get acquainted with it first. I think I'm gonna pass on the 3-peater, honestly.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna wait.
I get that.
Maybe the episode after this, I'll probably need it, but I think you're introduced to things to show you how to use them versus being introduced to them because you need them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so that when you do need them, you're ready.
So, I guess I want the repeater.
Well, you said you like the snow pea.
I do like the snow pea, but you had counseled me against it. So, let's look at this. I have been relying the most on this walnut. I need the time. Unquestionably. I don't have very quick reflexes. Yeah. And he's good for at least 3 zombies, honestly.
And you
he's
have a good...
I love this walnut.
You have a good setup for your...
And he's cheap.
For your goals and
That's
your early
true.
game.
And just for my... And, at some point I'm gonna... It's not even about making mistakes. At some point the game just gets harder. That's just all it is, right? So there's probably people watching screaming at me for choosing what I did,
Why don't you get a chopper and put it behind your walnut and then put a repeater behind that?
Because it's not necessary. That's the thing. I'm just gonna go for it.
This isn't same as the YouTuber that I've mentioned
I'm gonna actually start at the bottom. The reason I don't is because it's the farthest distance from the top where I pay attention. It's the farthest distance from here, which is where I pay attention, but that's okay. I'm doing this to test a theory.
Yeah, we've got a working theory going.
My theory is that the most action is going to happen in this quadrant.
My theory is
Josh disagrees, so
that
I am
you
testing.
should have sunflowers.
I'm testing this, and here we
Many
go.
Sunflowers.
His theory was more importantly too that the game revolves around where you start planting. And that's the case currently. The very first zombie is down at the bottom. But I do still think that regardless of what your orientation is, it's going to favor one or the other. We'll have to test this scientifically at another point. That'll be a very boring playthrough. So let's just get a repeater. So okay, I'm thinking your theory then is correct, that where you start first is where you're going to get the most action. For me, it's easier for me to go with the upper left.
Well,
however,
but
as long as they're in one place or the other, that's easy for me.
So that means that going with the upper left makes more sense to begin with because it's closer to what you need.
Exactly.
But if the enemies are focusing on the area that you're starting out, then yeah, why not?
And because again, that's just where and if you're paying more attention to the right side, it makes more sense to plant things either at the bottom or just simply close to the right side.
You know what I wonder?
And I really appreciate this. I love the game design for this. It's so, and I honestly,
elegant.
I appreciate the pace. I am not good at fast-paced games. That's why I like Peggle. I'm gonna go ahead and put one there. And then I may go with a squash. Nope, I'm gonna go with a walnut. I'm just gonna put him there. Because that's something that I can count on now. Yeah, it's something I'm comfortable with.
I honestly, so Simon, the YouTuber who found the Octageddon Easter eggs, I've given him a couple shout-outs now.
That's great.
He does no sunflower runs.
That is nuts. That is the most hardcore, honestly, because I couldn't do any of this.
I mean,
how do you even do that? I guess you
put up walnuts, and then you put up potato mines and bombs,
well, that's something
and
maybe
you
I can
very
get behind.
meticulously, like you use up, like you could probably use a cherry bomb on that set of zombies, and you could wait until.
No, I'm just gonna go for it.
Oh well, because now that guy's gonna get over, and again, I feel bad.
Guys, right? He's gonna land like right here.
Yeah, I just feel bad because I'm all about optimization. So when I mess you up
he
by
doesn't
wasting
have the ability.
your money,
No, that's okay because he doesn't have the ability. Once he's used his pole to vault, he's just a normal zombie. So that's okay.
So for that guy, you can put down one of those little tangulas, those red-eyed tangulas.
All right, here or in the back?
Anywhere.
I'll put him here.
And those are like potato mines.
Save up and get a repeater.
They're also like squash. They just eat up one of those.
That's real nice. So I'm getting pretty close to getting a repeater, and I'll go ahead and put a repeater in. But honestly, I'm feeling
I'm kind of amazed.
I really don't.
You're like playing a pro game, like this super minimal.
Because of the pacing of the game, I have a chance to actually observe what is happening. And that's been beneficial to me. I'll just put another one, I guess.
Yeah, they're
pretty
good.
cheap. I mean, that's the cheapest thing on the menu other than...
Well,
why would I bother with these guys, right? I could just put an entire row.
Unless you really need a repeater. But yeah, you could just continually place those things.
So I might just... They're almost like cherry bombs for the water. I'm going to go ahead and put a repeater there.
They're like chompers. Single-use chompers.
I've been neglecting this lower half with any of the suns that they're dropping because I have a hard time paying attention to that. So I'm probably going to need a couple of lily pads.
You should put some tangles on those just because you're probably going to have some stuff.
Here or
put them far forward. It doesn't matter where they go because they're immediately active.
So, and that's good. I've got a little bit of time. And I always can put one of these. I've got a little bit of time to put a lily pad. I may need to put a walnut here. Should I put one?
Where?
Oh, nope, he's dead. Okay. I'm doing okay. I'm gonna wait for a Tangela.
And again, you could put it right in front, and then he'll immediately just slurp them right up.
Okay, I might do that then.
So they're like potato mines that are active right away.
Okay. So I'll put them right here.
Zoop.
And so, then, I feel like I'm doing okay, but...
I think you'll want...
A lily pad?
A lily pad and...
In the very back?
Yeah, and then like a squash.
Okay.
Maybe. Because then he'll pop up to try to eat the squash, and the squash will take him out.
I've got repeaters on all of them.
Maybe start putting some lily pads with repeaters down?
Okay. That's not a bad point.
You are... The sheer minimal number of sunflowers you're using it's kind of incredible to me. Like, I guess maybe you are actually just way better at this game than I am.
Again,
and my playstyle is just...
I think because you're thinking too far ahead, I always try to play as economically as possible, which, I fail usually in that endeavor.
And I'm looking at that bucket guy and I'm like, you gotta deal with that bucket guy right away.
And
but you're like, I'll put something up.
I can put a little tangle kelp right in front of this repeater if I need to, and I probably will.
My reaction there is put it up because then the cooldown activates.
Well, I'll just do that.
And then
that's a good
and then
point.
if another guy
shows
shows
go ahead
up,
and do that. Because see, I could, and just like you were saying, this guy dived in, and these are a little bit slower, so I think I'm okay. But I'm doing okay. I'm not even close. Just getting the repeaters up, because I think with the introduction of the other elements, you neglect the simple weapon that you have, which is the repeater, or even the peashooter. Regardless,
it's
whatever
very
you choose.
simple.
Yeah, real straightforward.
Tango kill.
What?
Get the scuba. Get him.
Oh. Glad you pointed that out. I would have lost him.
Well, and
then I
now
got, what,
you've got so much money, you can
100
put some lily pads and walnuts up for him.
That's true. I love these walnuts, though. Gotta say, I mean, this is like my first. I haven't done anything to that.
You're
put
gonna
additional
keep
things up,
loving them. You
admittedly,
will never
but-
stop loving the walnut.
No, and I think I may even emphasize putting more walnuts up in the future and having like 2 rows of walnuts. Because honestly, if you have 2 rows of walnuts, what are you gonna do?
I would say you could even have 2 rows of repeaters now.
That's true.
Like.
So where should I put? If I was gonna add another, where would you recommend?
For me, what I
just-
would look wherever the most enemies are at that moment that I'm thinking about it, and then I would add one there.
So I need to do it now. So where would you recommend?
I guess I would put it.
Add another one there.
I would put it second from the top.
Here.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
like my
Oh, I should've put it
impulse.
behind.
Um,
It's okay.
And then I mean,
And I'll just put these little guys here. 'Cause I
exactly.
can.
Just why not?
And I'll put one there because I can. I can also add one of those, but I've got time, so I'll have time to add a walnut.
I'm starting to relax. You know, it's the urge to backseat game because you know that's part of the fun when you're playing the game yourself. So like I'm looking and we just finished playing Crop Duster Supreme, and that was Ann's first experience with like giving me coaching and like advising me on what I should be doing next. And like that's just the perspective that you have. Just put up a cherry bomb.
I'll put one of these guys up maybe.
Well, and
I think
again,
he'll
you've
take
got so
both,
much
so-
you can keep putting up repeaters.
Oh, that's true.
And you can put up tangle kelps whenever you feel
Probably
like.
not bothered with that. I guess. That's
Oh,
the
I
thing
see
is
what the
that-
double walnuts useful for now.
Yeah, so I would do these sections in 2 walnuts because that's gonna take him. It's not even gonna be an issue. I think I will maybe even emphasize that. I'll do sunflowers and walnuts first on the next round, which admittedly will be totally different. I mean, he's gonna get over here. I'm gonna just go ahead and put him there. Hopefully he lands there. He might not. And then he's gonna crush him. So he's done. So my argument against symmetry is that regardless of...
You have to feel it out in the moment.
And
What do you
it's
need
easier
most?
for me... Nothing. I mean, honestly, because these are going to be here for a while. And worst case scenario, they get taken up with the lawnmowers and I'm basically done with the game. I'm not
I guess
able...
I'll say that what I view as...
No, will he take out this pole vault first?
he
Try
will.
it. Nope, he won't.
He will.
Oh, okay, good.
What I view as a weakness in your economical gameplay is the fact that you have the money, but you also... There's also a cooldown. So the longer it takes you to make a decision to buy a cherry bomb or a repeater, the more time it takes before you can continue to build your defenses. Because your very top and bottom rows, and even your pool rows, still only have those single repeaters.
And yet, my walnuts have taken, whoopsie, almost no damage. I have
Well, but
minimal damage. So I just don't see the point, I guess.
some of the situations you'll have a pole vaulter that
In the water?
a pole vaulter that uses up your squash that was meant for a football guy, or there are enemies that will do some pretty crazy stuff, especially as you move on in this. Yeah, you can actually just click anywhere you want on that on that top row, and it'll put it.
The game, it does not matter what method you use. It all depends on. I didn't answer that. No, it all depends on what your style is.
I guess that's
Because-
my weakness as somebody who's played through the game. That I'm not looking at your strategy as a strategy that is working for me.
No, you're just seeing it how you would do it better.
but I'm seeing strategy that would work for a greater difficulty in a different area, or I'm seeing that, like, it doesn't matter, actually.
I mean, I'm at the end.
Well,
so.
we're gonna learn something new about a certain mechanic. Oh, the lawnmower falls into the pool. It doesn't go all the way across. I didn't think it was gonna cover anything.
That's good to know, but if it doesn't go all the way across, does it matter? Because I can still put things down after it. Can I not?
That was just a very peculiar situation where you would have lost to the very last zombie.
I mean, would I really have... That's what I'm asking. Would I not be able to put something down after the lawnmower falls into the water?
Because
I had a ton of money and I had the ability to put that lily pad
could,
down.
if you were really fast, you could put a lily pad and then a squash down. So now you can spend your money. And that
Can
guy...
I just skip?
You should really take a look at those upgrades.
Upgrade.
What
do I have?
You've got money in the bottom right corner.
So I can do this. I
well,
just am not interested at all. I just don't care.
I take issue with that because
That's okay.
you missed out on an upgrade that will kill 3 zombies.
That's fine.
And
the thing is, I have not needed it yet.
Okay, well...
And it's totally fine, you know, if I can get through the levels faster or whatever, but I just don't see the point of doing something like that. I'm playing so economically.
You have a mini-game!
I don't know. For me, this is...
Little mini zombies.
This has been surprisingly not challenging. I'm just gonna wait. I've got a while.
I guess, you know, maybe I feel like tooting my own horn and saying that like they're like weaker than normal. Huh. To toot my own horn, I feel like some of the things that I've had to say have contributed to your success. Not that you would necessarily have lost without it, because you have hardly ever used up lawnmowers even. You haven't
I've used like 2 at this point. And I'm still convinced, I mean, I'm probably wrong, it doesn't matter. I don't know, maybe like I said, I'm just surprised at how not challenging this has been. Because it was presented as being, I should put that one. I'm just not, I haven't been all that concerned about any of this really. I need to test, I didn't realize I couldn't, okay, I'll put it back. I was expecting it to be more difficult than it has been. And admittedly, you know, it's not like I'm not making mistakes. The issue is that it's just so forgiving, I guess.
I guess my next experiment is
I just haven't had to worry about
to focus more, or to focus less on the moment-to-moment gameplay, and see whether or not like is my advice actually contributing? Now, the minigame levels, honestly, the minigame levels are super fun, but they are not difficult. And I love them for that, because they're more high energy, and they just keep getting harder and harder until it's literally impossible for you to deal with it. But I think that I have this feeling that by participating in it, I have made a difference. And if that is the case, then it needs to be proven that that is the case. You can put one right there. Oh, actually, you got me.
I'm alright, yeah.
But I need to, like, just let you play. And if you get up against the level, once you have not, like I said, you haven't died yet. If you get to a point where you die,
I have to die at some point, so I'm not too worried about it.
Maybe after the second or third time you put yourself against the level, then not only will it be easier for me to advise you on what specifically went wrong, but you will have specific things that you need to fix. If I'm just kind of telling you how to play, then that's gonna make it's not gonna feel imperative. But if if I am answering questions that you have about the game, then it's more likely to sit with you. Like,
I don't know, for me it's just...
I'm just the YouTube
Like I said, it
commenter
just
that's in the
hasn't
room while you're
been-
playing the game.
It just hasn't been difficult enough to really need to worry about. And that is clearly, as I keep saying, that's clearly going to change. It is definitely going to get more difficult as I go along. That should go without saying, but it doesn't. That's the whole point of us being here. But I have not in any way felt concerned about what's been happening.
Maybe that's another thing that will be strengthened by you actually dying. If you actually die, then,
Well, and I'm sure
then it
that's-
will create that pressure that
I
makes
think-
you. Oh,
I
that's that level.
think
Oh,
if
I
that
love
happens,
this guy.
it will. But considering how far into this game, I mean, I'm almost 50% of the way, right?
Yeah, actually, you just completed the halfway point.
So I'm
of the
halfway through. I
levels.
haven't even died yet. Which for me, if I haven't died immediately, you can't pay me to be concerned.
I mean, Crop Duster Supreme, we didn't die
But that's
until we got
true.
all the way to
But
shark
there's also,
mode.
I mean, it's motivating enough that why would you want to win? Because it just means you get to play more if
Yeah,
you
exactly.
fail.
You get to hear more
And
fart
maybe
sounds.
that's my criticism, that this game is a great time waster, but it's kind of boring, to be honest. The fact that I haven't died immediately is kind of disappointing, especially given the amount of comments that we've had of people worrying about me dying. It's just not that difficult
Okay,
at all.
it was just the one comment about your asymmetry, but clearly we're just progressing right along
We're
smoothly.
having fun, so thanks for watching.
It's fun. It's fun.
It's fun. Yeah.
Fun.
Fun.